I'm Sabrina Geremia. I'm VP and Country Manager of Google Canada. Despite the challenges that we're facing right now, and they are big, but they're also providing a huge opportunity for digital transformation. And I am so bullish on tech in Canada right now. So, there's some data out there prior to the crisis that Canada's digital economy is bigger than forestry, mining, and gas. So it's over 5% of the total economy. And, I think that this is just going to only increase over time. So we have all these ingredients in our innovation ecosystem in Canada, I think, to attract foreign investment and investment of Canadian companies, basically, in Canada. There's this flywheel of, I call it the digital economy in Canada. And, if you were to imagine this flywheel, that at the core, it's about skilled talent, right? So this is homegrown talent, the amazing talent that we have, and the amazing talent that we can attract globally, because we get the best minds globally coming to Canada. We have great innovation practices. We also are inclusive. We are diverse. We are welcoming. And so we have the core of the talent that is the most important ingredient of any innovation ecosystem. But I think when you think about the flywheel around that core, it's about primary research, right? So AI being such an important aspect of our Canadian ecosystem, the Vector Institute, Mila, etc., all of this primary research that then allows the production of new ideas, products, and services. And this is where, the innovation entrepreneur comes up with this great idea and builds a business around it on that core of talent. Then the next part of the flywheel is commercializing that idea. And, what I'm so excited about is just the commercialization of Canadian companies going global with a digital underpinning, right? So, and that's a large part of what we do at Google is our platforms and our technologies, things like search, YouTube, all of the work that we have on TensorFlow and cloud. It helps Canadian companies build amazing companies that actually service Canada and the world from here, right? But we need to get really sharp at commercialization globally from Canada. And then I think the commercialization, we have these really great incubators and these support systems. So when I think about the work of DMZ, of Communitech, of Mars, they do such an important thing in coaching startups on their idea right through to commercialization. And that part of the ecosystem is key. And then I think part of that too is just our culture. Like, we're collaborative in Canada. We're diverse. We have a very diverse set of people in our ecosystem, and we're inclusive. And I think that matters a lot in how we work together as an ecosystem to make digital important and to attract investment in Canada. So much about it is our innovation ecosystem and the talent that we have in Canada. So diversity and inclusion, it's kind of a value we have in Canada, and we see it as a strength in our workforce. We have the highest educated workforce in the OECD. We have a very strong immigration policy for skilled workers. I mean, I've had startups and small companies talk to me about getting folks in 6 weeks, just getting them to Canada and having them start. And it's so interesting right now in this work from home paradigm of being able to hire people from anywhere right now, really. And then the diversity is on so many different fronts, right? We just have this deep-seated talent pool of technical talent. So the Toronto-Waterloo corridor, it's a global center for tech talent. There's 200,000 skilled tech workers in Canada, 15,000 tech companies, 5,000 tech startups. I mean, you could look at the University of Waterloo. That's a top 3 school for Google in terms of eng talent. And, when we have this pool of talent and then we have this pool of successful startups that hire and an ecosystem that has anchor tenants, larger companies, like the Googles, like the other Shopifys, like the other large companies, and a growing startup ecosystem together with the infrastructure, that is what is makes Canada so interesting. And for Google as well, like our focus on diversity and inclusion in Canada, that's really important. And it's really important we continue to invest in that. AI is critical to Google, it's critical to Canada, and we have such a strength in AI in Canada. So, we look at Google, our mission is to organize the world's information, make it universally accessible and useful. You ask any Googler, they can repeat that, right? And I think AI is just such an important thing because it helps us to do that in new ways. Helps us to solve new problems for our users, for our customers, and the world. But the unique thing about Canada and AI is that we have such a strength here, and we have to make sure that we capitalize on the strength. So, our rock stars of AI are the Turing Award winners, Yoshua Bengio, Jeff Hinton, right? And this is like the Nobel Peace Prize for computer science. This is a big deal to win that Turing Award. They're both based in Canada. They both work, in with universities, etc., and they are a magnet for talent. So there's so many people coming here to study and to learn with these amazing AI rock stars that we have out there, that has created this cluster of really unique talent and then startups and different kind of approaches that are actually spawning off of all of this. So we have like homegrown AI innovations from Canada to predict floods, to power self-driving cars, to improve health outcomes. And I think if we can make this our strength and we continue to invest in this, I think it's going to be so important to the future of our digital economy. I feel really passionate about this. And we're in a market, once in a generation digitization moment. I mean, just, for perspective, I'm seeing about 5 years of digital transformation that basically has collapsed and happened in the past 5 months. And companies large and small are taking this digital transformation moment, sometimes out of necessity and sometimes out of just forward-looking opportunity, and they are running with it. So we are seeing folks do things in the past 5 months that normally would have taken them a lot longer to do. And, my hope is that coming out of this, we seize this once in a generation digitized moment, and Canada is globally known as being excellent at digital. And, this is a very large, wide, broad statement, but there's, I think, a couple of components we need to keep an eye on. One is that goes down to skills and talent. Every company is going to be shaped by digital, and you can see it clear as day right now. So every company needs amazing digital skills. And the Business Council of Canada and the Future Skills Center have just released some really good research on this. And a lot of companies right now are looking at the future of skills, and they're worried that there needs to be more technical talent, but there also needs to be this unicorn, that I call it, of great digital skills, and then at the same time, EQ. So human skills, collaboration, the ability to work as a team, which really takes on an interesting nuance in this screen to screen, square to square environment where, a lot of that has shifted from where we were meeting in person in the past, right? So I think investing in digital skills is one of the most important things that we can do. That's why we are so fully vested in Grow with Google. We've seen, I think, about 4,000 companies that have been trained in the past while. We're seeing this huge increase of people looking for online courses, and I'd really recommend folks just check out what's available on Grow with Google and beyond for that. I think also we need to invest in our companies, our small and medium businesses. And 98% of the businesses in Canada are small and medium, right? And they hire over half of the workforce in Canada. So the pushes that we've been making, like Shop Here and helping retail, which is the second largest employer, by the way, for small and medium businesses in Canada. So we need to help them digitize. And that's why we're doing Shop Here, to bring these 50,000 businesses online. But we also need to work across a lot of these small and medium businesses and help them scale this opportunity. And one of the biggest vectors of scale that I see, and we've talked about this before, is the global company that is digitally underpinned, that is based in Canada. Shopify does this. A lot of the companies we work do this. Fastest growing company pre-COVID, according to Business Week, was Article. It's an amazing furniture company that has mid-century furniture, but they have digitized the whole experience, from supply chains right up to user, and they've made this fluid, amazing experience with a great product. And they are doing an amazing job. All these people around the world, and not just in Canada, want to buy their furniture. So how do we think about making more global headquarters based in company, taking advantage of our amazing skilled resources, taking advantage of our, amazing culture as an innovation ecosystem, and growing from Canada? That's what I'd really like to see happen. There is going to be change, right? I think what we are going to see in the future is that I'm hoping that the Canadian companies are really going to take advantage of this once in a generation digitization moment. And this is across industry, regions, etc. But that we're going to seize this moment and we're going to retool for growth in a post-COVID world. And that means investing in your talent. That means making digital skills and digital fluency mandatory, especially at the C level, especially at the board level. It means investing, so attracting more VC funds and talents, and making global headquartered tech companies in Canada. And I also have one real wish list, is that we're going to do this with diversity and inclusion at the core. And there's been a lot of talk about things like the pink collar recession and really tough challenges that we're facing at the moment. And, it concerns me the intersectionality of that pink collar recession too, when we start thinking about who are the hardest hit. I would love to see us lean in more to correct for that and make sure that when we come out of this, that we have a diverse set of leaders in our tech ecosystem that are driving amazing growth for Canada, and that the 5% that the digital economy represents for Canada, I won't give a prediction of that number, but that becomes much, much, much bigger. And that we're creating opportunity, and we're creating inclusion, and we are seen on the global stage as a country that really, really made this moment and used this moment to retool and come out strong on the other side.